Hello YouTube, I'm Jack Clark, Musketeer, coming to you with another video. How are you? So, Hoban, Patrick Hoban, has now become a verb. So Hobaning is the new craze that just sweeping Yu-Gi-Oh! In which you add Upstart Goblins and Reckless Greeds to your deck, simply to, basically, since those cards just reduce the number of cards in your deck, really, they just allow you to draw cards, which means consistency and probability-wise, you are more likely to get to the cards that you actually want in your deck, which in theory is very nice, and otherwise, because these aren't just cards that allow you to just draw. I mean, Upstart Goblin gives your opponent 1,000 life points every time you activate it, and Reckless Greed is a trap card, so it's a little bit slow, but also means that you skip your next 2 draw phases for the cost of drawing 2 cards. So really, you -1 yourself to draw those cards sooner. But then again, you draw them sooner, you'll be able to use them sooner, which means you can win sooner. So, Hoban, yeah. What I'm finding very annoying with the whole concept of Hobaning is not necessarily Hoban itself. The concept, I quite like. And I'm trying it out. I'm trying 3 upstarts in my raccoons. It's rather lovely, quite like it. However, what I'm not liking is the attitude of people who don't like using it. And it's not even, in a lot of cases, people not liking it because I've tried it, it's not really my thing, I think it's overrated. That would be reasonable. That would be a decent opinion. But it's kind of like, okay, crappy analogies aside, but like, One Direction. It's pretty safe to assume that you watching this don't like One Direction. But if I were to ask you why you don't like One Direction, you would say, I don't like their music, and or they're for sissy girly people. But most likely is the case is that you don't listen to their music, you never did, and you actually don't have any real reason to hate them, but you just hate them on principle just because you are a 20-something guy, which they are as well. But that's beside the point, isn't it? Really, like you dislike something on principle just because that's the thing, because it's popular. Is the main thing. So Hobaning has become popular, and ergo people are like, oh god, you're such a scrub, you just Hobaning up your deck. It's like, yeah, oh my god, you suck balls, you suck. Which is really just quite, it's exhausting, really. I tried Hobaning, and I'm quite liking it, but I'm not liking it too, I'm not liking Reckless, I'm liking this. You make your own decision based on your own kind of interaction with it. Like, you are allowed to not like Hobaning, based on actual reason. You don't actually have to use it. I mean, it's kind of like, I don't like it because I don't want to give my opponent life points. That's fair enough. I don't like this because I don't want to skip my draw phases. That's fair enough. I don't like it because everyone else is using it. That's just you being a pretentious asshole, really. And what comes with that is just you just being like, yeah, it's just stupid. Everyone's using it. It's not that good, despite not really having any reason for yourself as to why. You're just doing it because it's a trend. And people think they are cooler if they're not following a trend, because they'll feel that they're not sheep or something. When really, they have to realise that, like, just like with stereotypes, there are trends for a reason, there are stereotypes for a reason. The reason why they're trending, the reason why there are stereotypes is because there's probably some truth behind it in the first place. Hobaning is interesting, not completely perfect, but actually, if you're going to be all like, without trying it, then you should probably think of a better reason than it's just a bit popular at the moment, because that just doesn't cut it, and it just makes you look like an asshole. So Hobaning is cool, but equally, giving my opponent life points sucks, but it just depends. It's not for every deck either. You can't just shoehorn 3 Upstart Goblins into any deck. It doesn't work like that, and giving your opponent 1,000 life points sometimes just isn't worth it. But it depends what you're doing, and it depends what deck you're running, and it depends on you, the player, actually making a fucking decision yourself, as opposed to following, like, net decking and tournament stuff, because, I don't know, maybe some individual thought and what's trending is not necessarily the best, but it's not necessarily the worst thing either. Which I guess is somewhat poignant if you think about it. People who don't like Hobaning for no real reason are probably sheep following what's already established to be good. My dinner's ready. And on that note, that terrifying note, I will end the video at that. See so in the comments down below what you think about Hobaning, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm Jack Clark, Musketeer. I'm gonna go have some dinner. That was terrifying. Goodbye.